Hello, it's been quite a while. But yeah, if you haven't heard, I had a biopsy, showed recurrence. I had like a bunch of blood counts declining, and I was getting a bit weaker over time. Um, Thankfully now I'm still in pretty decent shape for a leukemia patient. I think I moved yesterday and the day before, and it wasn't too bad. You can see I'm like pretty pale though, all things considered. Um, but they're gonna start chemo today. I'm inpatient, got a PICC line, and it's gonna be the whole process over again from the start. This time, it's gonna be chemo, stem cell transplant, and then recovering from the stem cell transplant, which takes a while. But yeah, they're not um, super pleased about the recurrence this time. They were like looking into clinical trials I could be a candidate for, and there wasn't really much of any other option. And the reason they were like looking out for clinical trials so much is because I have pretty much already seen all of the chemos. So they're all pretty much expected to work the same about now. They all have just like a little bit of decreased efficacy since my cells have already seen them. And there is the risk of whenever you're giving chemo to anyone that they have bone marrow aplasia, which is basically what I had last time and why I was in the hospital for so long, where the marrow just doesn't really want to come back. And it typically does after some time. But during that time, you're really susceptible to a lot of infections and such, as I experienced. I think this time I'm a lot less likely to have that, if only because I hopefully will not get as sick, and I am not entering the hospital nearly as sick. Last time I was entering with like a hemoglobin of 4. I was real sick, man. I needed the hospital. This time I'm entering from a pretty standard baseline. In May I had a 27-mile week, running 27 miles, and I was gonna increase to 30, but then I got bronchitis, and then the flu, and then saw my blood counts drop and biopsy. So there wasn't really any time to start running again. But regardless, and there's still I think a pretty decent like cardio baseline. And I'm 24. I'm so young. But yeah, I'll be in the hospital for at least a month, possibly more, depending on if I get aplasia or not. I hopefully won't, but it's always a risk. But yeah,